Hello everyone and welcome to this week's behind the scenes devlog video, and this week I've been doing some more work on the traits and the price calculations for the traits, but it's been a little bit dull, so for this video I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Firstly, I'm just going to show you an overview of what I've been doing for the first part of this week, all the trait calculations and stuff, and then today I've saved a load of more interesting tasks that I'll do and I'll video throughout the day. But first, I'll just quickly tell you what I've been doing so far this week. So on Monday, I was working on the UI again, just implementing some of the suggestions from last week's video. And the main change that I made was that I merged two of the panels for the trait modification UI into one panel. So it's just a little bit more compact now, a bit more tidy, and I think it definitely works a bit better like this. Then I spent almost a day trying to get some calculations for the traits working, to do with how the traits are passed on from the parent to the offspring and how those traits mutate slightly and how variations are added to the traits. And then I spent just as long trying to get the price calculations for the traits working. But that is now all done, all the genetics code, all the traits code is finished, so that is a big relief. And today I can move on and do something slightly different. So I've got a big list of little features that still need to be done and tweaks and improvements that need to be added in before release. And today I'm just going to be working my way through that list. First up today, I'm doing a bit more work on the UI based on a few suggestions that I've got, and I'm starting off in the evolution interface here where you can unlock new species. So now after you've started a new unlocking process, you can actually stop it if you want. I've added this button here so you can stop the process and start a different process instead. 9 o'clock now, and I've just added a new sound effect for when you pay the DP to start a new breeding process. And I've also just made the backgrounds of any requirements that are complete. That now appears in gold so that you can very quickly see which ones are done and which aren't. And I was also just trying to sort out this padding problem around the edge, but I haven't had much luck with that yet. Next up today, just been doing a bit of work on the picking up and placing mechanic, and firstly I fixed an issue where if the animal was in the middle of doing some AI when you picked it up, when you placed it, it would just resume doing that AI and it would still walk towards whatever object it was walking towards. But now it doesn't do that, it interrupts the AI, and you can see the sheep is happy to stay in the new area and isn't going towards that bit of grass that it was going to eat. Also, I added a slight bounce animation when you place an animal, so when you drop the animal it just bounces a few times like here, but that only happens for animals. For plants, when you drop them they just stick straight into the ground. So the next thing that I need to do today is to fix an issue with the fish AI which someone pointed out to me yesterday, and that is that if you put them into a pond that's too small for them, they don't really like it and they just leave. So you can see some here swimming around on the grass, which is a bit weird, so I'm going to try and fix that now. I think I've got this working now. The fish don't seem to be escaping anymore, which is good, and I think what I'm also going to do is to actually prevent you from placing fish in water that's too shallow, so that you actually have to find a bigger area of water to place them, because it's a bit weird that they can actually live at all in this little puddle here. 10 to 1 now, and to finish off the morning I've just been implementing that placement limitation thing for the fish, so you can see that they now can't be placed in really shallow water. You have to place them in slightly deeper water, and I can also use the same thing for plants as well. So for example, for the bulrush here, this now can be placed in shallow water, but it can't be placed in deeper water. So just going to make myself a quick lunch now, and then I'll get back to work. So my first task this afternoon was to add a material component to some more of the animals in the game, so that more of the animals have a customizable colour. So for example, over here you can see that I've bred some golden rabbits, and then over in this area here I've got some purple frogs. And next up today I'm going to be fixing a bug to do with movement. When the sheep have low health, I wanted them to move slower, and they do that, but they also do this very fast bouncing, which I'm going to try and fix now. 4 o'clock, the sheep are now all fixed, and next up today I'm going to be adding an autosave feature. Just finished implementing the new auto-saving feature, so at the end of every day the game now automatically saves your progress, and while it does that it shows a message at the bottom of the screen like this. And at the moment I'm just forcing it to do the autosave, but usually it would happen once a day at midnight in the game. But yeah, that's all working now. I'm going to take a quick break now. I just want to get some fresh air, go for a run in the park while it isn't raining, and then I'll get back to work on the next task. Lastly, this afternoon I've just been doing some work with the entity pop-up GUI, trying to sort out some of those layout issues, and you can see that I fixed the padding around the edge of the breeding progress UI, but there's still a lot of other stuff that needs to be improved with the entity pop-up GUI, especially these icons. Some of these need to be improved. Also in the breeding progress panel you can see that I added a little animation to the progress bar to show when it's increasing. Previously I had it flashing to show that it was increasing, but I think that these arrows are a little bit nicer. So now I'm going to stop for a quick dinner, and then after dinner I just realised that there was one tree missing from the marsh biome, which was the dead tree, and it turns out that I haven't actually made the younger versions for that model yet, so that's what I'm going to do after dinner. So as you can see, I've just finished creating the younger versions for the dead tree species, and I realise it's a little bit strange that the dead tree can actually grow given its lack of life, but artistic license I guess. That's pretty much going to be it for today. I'm just going to do some editing now and then get to bed, but it's been a good day. I've got lots of new things crossed off the to-do list, and this week in general has been pretty good, even though it was a bit dull to start with. I still got a lot of stuff done, and I think I'm still pretty much on target for finishing the game this year, so that's good. But for this week, that is going to be it. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Do subscribe if you haven't already. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you all next time.